What's up, YouTube? I want to thank y'all for watching the video today. If you're not subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe. You don't want to miss out on all this great content I got coming for y'all, man. But for real, go ahead and subscribe, share the video, like the video, comment on the video. If you don't like the video, leave a comment and say why you don't like it, and then share it and tell everybody on Facebook how you hate it. But thanks, I would appreciate it a lot. Today, what I'm going to be doing is comparing. We're doing an initial overview of comparison between the Trijicon RMR, the most popular miniature reflex sight on the market, versus the Leupold Deltapoint. Probably an equally good red dot, but for some reason it doesn't get as much love as the RMR does. So today I'm going to talk about them, compare them, some pros and cons, tell you some differences of the reason why you may want one over the other. And I will go ahead and say I'm already a little biased towards one, just from my initial impressions, and one of them will be getting sold. And I'm gonna give you a hint on which one is not getting sold. So stay tuned, find out. Thanks for watching. All right, so the first thing we're gonna talk about is the packaging. I know some people may feel like that's not important, but because it is the first thing you see, it does leave an impression, and it's usually what the optic is shipped and housed in until you purchase it. So I feel like it's something that should always be noted. Gotta give it the Trijicon with the packaging. Comes in a nice hard plastic case. The Deltapoint comes in a nice cardboard box. It does have some inserts, some foam inserts to help protect it, while the Trijicon does as well. So I just think big ups to Trijicon with the case it comes in. It makes it a little nicer, and it looks like it's a little more protected. All right, so now we're gonna actually talk about the actual optics themselves. Which one do I like better? Deltapoint, hands down. I'm sure the Trijicon works fine. It's the most popular red dot on the market. Everybody seems to love it. It's got a serious bandwagon going on. But from all the videos I've seen and just from reading what people say, I mean, it's not that great. Even though it's considered the best miniature red dot, it does have a lot of problems, but they supposedly fix on the new Type 2s. This is a Type 1 RMO 6 to 3¼ MOA. This is a Deltapoint Pro 2.5 MOA. So reasons why I like the Deltapoint better, just from my initial impressions of the two. The Deltapoint has a much clearer glass. The lens, it doesn't have that blue tint. The dot is nice and crisp. It's perfectly round. And it does have this little metallic hood over the top, which makes it a little more rugged, in my opinion. Another reason which makes the Deltapoint better is that the ease of changing the battery. You simply pop this little thing over on the side, and the battery pops right out. So you should take that one out, pop a new one in. I just realized this right here is magnetic. The battery sticks right to the housing. But so anyway, you pop that one in, close it, you're good to go. On the RMR, it has to be removed from the optic every time you want to change the battery, because it is housed underneath it. And this RMR is mounted to the MOS mounting plate that goes on my Glock 17, just because I wanted y'all to be able to see the dot in the video. And if it's not mounted to something to hold the battery against the optic, then it does not stay on. Whereas the Deltapoint does, obviously. That was the pros of Deltapoint. Some cons being, well, the only real con that I can find on this optic so far is the adjustment button. Whereas the Trijicon has two adjustment buttons, plus and minus, to increase or decrease the intensity of the dot. The Leupold Deltapoint only has one button, and which goes one direction at a time. So you either keep pressing it going up. You can hold it for 2 seconds and make it go the other direction and go down. It has 10 settings, I think, the lowest 2 settings being night vision, which you can't see with the naked eye. But once you get all the way to the top, it'll blink. Once you get all the way to the bottom, it'll blink to let you know that. Then it will go the other direction. Or you can hold it for 2 seconds and then it will go the other direction on its own. So one con being that it only has one button for adjustment. The second con being is where they decide to place the button. So if this is mounted on your pistol and you have to change the brightness of the dot, your finger blocks the projector on the lens, so you really can't even see what intensity you're on until you move your hand out of the way again. That's something that I don't like. I think that should have been thought out a little better in the design process. I like that they placed the battery compartment on the top. I just feel that the button itself, well, it should have 2 buttons. First of all, they should have been found a way to place them on the side, or at least out of the way of the projector, so you can see what you're doing. The RMR, of course, with them being on the side, which is a great design, you can press them either side and still see what brightness you're on while it's mounted on your gun. Another reason why I like the Deltapoint builder, the supply screws that it comes with from Leupold, they work on my MOS slide, and they also work on most mill slides from what I've read. The Trijicon, the screws it come with do not work with either the MOS or mill slides because they are too long. A lot of people don't realize that the RMR was designed as a rifle optic, not to be used on pistols. People just started using it that way once the craze for red dots on pistols came about. So the supply screws will always be too long. I had to purchase the MOS mounting kit off eBay, which is about $20, which that's not a lot, but that's an additional cost associated with this optic versus where the Deltapoint comes with what you need from the factory. For people that don't know that, that's an inconvenience, because then you have to wait for the proper screws to come. As far as out of the box and design, I gotta give it to the Deltapoint, man. It's just a much, I don't want to say better, because I haven't, put either on the harsh condition to see which one lasts longer, which one is more rugged, which one will perform better. But initial impressions, the Deltapoint just seemed like it was better designed to me. The only pro I would give the Trijicon over the Deltapoint is that the adjustment buttons are on the side. But otherwise, I mean, you got Leupold, you got Trijicon, lifetime warranties, so the quality is gonna be there for both of them. You shouldn't have any real issues out of it. I know the RMR for sure has a longer battery life, but the Deltapoint has an automatic shut off, so when it's not being used, I think it said 5 minutes in the manual, it goes off, but as soon as it gets motion again, it comes back on. So you would never even notice it for the most part. Now, some people would say that's another electrical thing that could potentially go wrong, but with it being a Leupold optic, the quality standard, the quality control should be just as good as Trijicon, so that's not something that I'm really worried about. At least for me anyway. Now, from a concealed carry standpoint, I guess because this one does have a smaller footprint, it's probably better in that role, and then you can more easily adjust it without making it obvious if you want to adjust it through your clothes. But just as far as a range gun or even a duty weapon, I think, or even just recreational shooting, I just think the Deltapoint is a better option for most people. Now, if you put them on level ground like this, the Deltapoint is much taller on your slide. So if you're somebody that wants to co-witness your iron sights, the Deltapoint probably isn't the best option for you. Even with my suppressor height sights I got on my Glock 17, there is still no co-witness whatsoever with the Deltapoint. The Trijicon does have like a lower 1/3 type co-witness, but this is an MOS, so the little adapter plate that I have on them does put them a little higher than they would be on a mill slide. So maybe on a mill slide you could get probably a lower co-witness with the Deltapoint, but from what I can tell, probably not likely. So if that's something that's gonna be a concern to you, don't even get this one. Just go ahead and get the RMR, or even try out the Vortex Venom. It's supposed to be pretty good as well. But that's gonna wrap up the video today, guys. I want to thank y'all for joining me. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm gonna roll in some pictures of what they look like on the gun. Like the video if you like it. Leave a comment. Stay smart, be safe, yada yada yada. Thanks for joining me.